วันต่อในการวิธีนิยมส่งอนุญาตกรมอัญเชิญไอ้ดอมซึ่งฉันโทรจากเทศรัฐมนตรีในกระทรวงเป็นกิจการทรงมีความสำคัญบางกรรมวิธีกัน
Now we've been trying or we've been reforming in various line ministry in order to facilitate trade and investment. We want to take away the regulation that can stifle your growth. We want the economy to grow. We do not want the economy to grow only at night when we are asleep. There's a saying that the economy is growing when the government is asleep, but we want you to grow the economy at night and also daytime too, not only at night. So with that, we take away, the Cambodian government will take away some of the regulation to make life easy for you to do business, to grow in our in Cambodia. But while we take away all the regulation and so on and so forth, we need an honest private sector also. Don't grow the economy at night illegally, but grow it legally without all the regulation that we put in place. Now, at the Ministry of Commerce, we've been doing quite a reform. We listened to our Prime Minister during the first session of the Cabinet on the 25th of September 2013. He told us to look at ourselves in the mirror, to take a bath, to scrub off all the dirt, or be pure. So at the Ministry of Commerce, we listened, we took his advice, and then we conduct a public hearing, 2 days of public hearings, to listen to the private sectors, to find out what are the issues facing the private sector in doing business in Cambodia. We met the Chamber of Commerce, the advisor of Ngah to the Minister of Commerce, to listen to them, the member of Chamber of Commerce. We talked to GMAC, we talked to right exporter, we do our own process mapping at the Ministry of Commerce to find ways to reduce, to cut down on bureaucracy in order to make life easy for the private sector. After consultation with private sectors, after listening to our various organizations and to our people, we decided it's time to restructure the Ministry of Commerce. So we completely reorganized the Ministry of Commerce in order to be ready to participate when Cambodia become a member of ASEAN Economic Community by the end of this year. I'm not saying that the old organization chart was not good. It was good at the time, but the time has changed. We need to get ready when the AAC will be in place by December 31st of this year. So we proceed to create 9 departments, 9 new departments, create 2 divisions. The 9 departments that we created consist of the Department of Asia Pacific to deal specifically with ASEAN and the 6 partners of ASEAN: China, Japan, Korea, India, Australia, New Zealand. We have the Department of EMEA, Europe, Middle East, Africa, to deal with Europe, the Middle East, Africa. We created the Department of America to deal with USA, Canada, Mexico, and others, Latin America. We create the Department of Research Institute and Training to train our people, to research, do some research on commodity pricing, on the need of the future of the consumer. Today, due to the lack of information, our farmers do not know what to grow. So they just follow each other. Let's cut down on coffee. Let's grow cassava. They all grow cassava. Let's cut down cashew nut tree, grow rubber tree. Now turn around, cut cashew nut tree and plant coffee again. With the lack of information, so they follow each other. And when they do that, without knowing what the market will demand or the price, and when the price goes down, they cannot sell at a higher price. They blame who? They blame the government. That the government doesn't know how to export the product at a higher price. But economic 101, supply demand. More supply, less demand, the price comes down. Demand high, supply low, the price comes up. So that issue that we need to train, we need to inform our farmers to understand the market mechanism, not to follow each other. So this department will help train, will do research with the support of UNCTAD to get all the data so we can pass on information to our people. We create a department called Private Sector Development. It's perfectly correct and timely that you're doing this conference because we have the Department of Private Sector Development. Just let me inform you. Last week, we went to Siem Reap, we went to Battambang to provide information to the local businessmen, businesswomen, to the students in Siem Reap and Battambang, to educate them about EAC, about reform. We're going to go all the 24 provinces in Cambodia. We want to grow the private sector at every local, national, and local level. So our team, with the support of the World Bank, we go out there to educate our people. And there's a lot of things come out from the breakout session. They told us the issue of funding, where is the money, competition, how do we grow our product, how this land is good for cassava, or this soy is good for something else. So there's a lot of good things come out from this 2 days private sector development forum in Battambang and in Siem Reap. And we will continue to go to, I think next one will be in Sinongwil, we're going to be in Kampong Cham. And we work very closely also with the local Chamber of Commerce, because it's important for the local Chamber of Commerce to work closely with MOC and with other government relevant agencies to really support the businessmen, businesswomen in the field, because they lack of information. So this is important that we do this. So our private sector development is doing exactly that, continue to develop the private sector in the field. Now we also create the division called Trade Support Services Division. So all the services that we provide to the private sector, we consolidated under one roof, under one Director General. So the CO, issuing of the CO, company registration, IPR is under one division. We elevated the Department of Trade Promotion to be a division so that we can provide more resources to grow, to expand our business, expand our product. Now let me inform you on the CO. We are doing the interim system today where exporters can send us information online. Before you have to come to the Ministry of Commerce with hard copy, we key in all information to the system, then we print out the CO. Today, around 80% of exporters are using the system that we developed in-house at the Ministry of Commerce to allow them to send all information to us online. When it comes to the Ministry of Commerce, the information is there, we just print it, the CO. And then we pass it along to do our work. That saves two additional days in terms of processing the CO. And cut down on the mistake, because you've done yourself, you review yourself, you send it to us. On March 30th of this year, by the end of this month, we will launch a complete automation of CO. This is no longer interim. We're going to launch this system on March the 30th. We have e-signature. So the first stage would be, we still print the CO here, but to review the CO, we will not print hard copy. We go from one computer to the next computer, to the next computer. So this Under Secretary of State, Director General, Secretary of State can review the document faster, and if they do not approve or do anything, the system will tell us. If state let this test for 2 hours, it will give out all the exception report that this Secretary of State, this Secretary of State has not released the CO. When we review all that, we press the button to release the CO to be printed, and the money, the CO fees, will be automatically deducted from your bank's account and sent to our national treasury. So we are negotiate for e-banking, e-payment with Canadian Bank, Clayda, with FTD. So that's the first 3 banks that we are working with, but we're going to expand to the banks in Cambodia when they have a proper payment gateway in Cambodia. So this is the first step going to be done on that way. Second step, we are asking Agency Ambassador Koftan to help for the EU to accept the electronic CO, or at least the electronic signature, because we do not want to print CO at the Ministry of Commerce. We want you to print that CO yourself. If your factory in Battambang, print Battambang and cross-border to Thailand. If you see the world, why have you come to Phnom Penh? So if the EU accept that, we have a system today, e-signature. We press a button, that signature goes. When we do this, and you can print your own CO with e-signature, e-payment, we eliminate the physical interface between this, the government official at MOC and the middleman who run the paper book for you or the company. And when you eliminate the interface, the physical interface between the government official and the private sector, you cut down on unofficial payment. Because there's no room for the government official to demand any facilitating payment. You're going to meet each other. It's all done automatically. So on the 30th, we launched this system. We will work this system for 8 months. So that's online now on the 30th. We will invite you to the soft launching of the system. That is CO. Business registration. We received today the no objection letter from, we need that from the bank. We call for tender. 6 companies submit a bid to prepare the business registration for us, online business registration. Today we shortlist 2 companies, and we will send the letter to the bank today, and hopefully next few days sometime you get us the other well, then we proceed to negotiate with this company. My team went to Singapore to look at ACRA system, how to do the company registration online. I went to New Zealand, myself and my team, to look at the system, how to set up a company online. New Zealand ranked first, ranked number 1 in terms of ease of starting the company. Singapore ranked number 2. Hong Kong ranked number 3. We visited all 3. Hopefully this company that we're going to negotiate will be one of the company from those countries. Now, this system will allow you, with internet, to search the name of the company, to register your company. The information will link to the tax department. You create a company, tax ID will be assigned to you. So there's no need for you to run to the state tax department to get a tax ID. Information you can share with central banks, can share with CDC, can share with the Ministry of Industry and Handicraft, can share with Mine Energy. All the data in that database can be shared across the government agencies. Now, today, the World Bank gives a ranking of ease of doing business, ease of startup company in Cambodia. We rank 184 out of 189. We beat 5 countries, company. 5. Okay, 184 over 189. But, you're going to applaud this. When we complete the system, which hopefully by December of this year, the time to register a company in Cambodia is 1 hour. In New Zealand, 35 minutes, but allow us 1 hour in Cambodia. And the business ranking, if other countries stay the same, we modify our law, change this, the ranking will improve from 84 to 21. Based on the calculation, simulation, we do all, then show us that we have the ranking of 21. It's not bad. It's not bad for Cambodia. So we are moving ahead with that business registration. Trademark registration, that's also online. Please go to our website. You can check the trademark for the whole ASEAN country through our online system. You can register the trademark online system that we are doing at the Minister of Commerce. Soon we're going to have the single national single window. We are working with the support of the TBSP with custom, Askuda. We add 10 more checkpoints. Select the warehouse, electronic payment, and so on and so forth. That also will help. We decentralize. We give power to our Ministry of Commerce Department of the Ministry of Commerce in the province. Why they have to come to the central and national level to ask for permission to open a small shop to sell jewelry? There's no need for them to come. Do it in the province. Do it yourself. Do it yourself. That's what we are doing. Okay, done. Another major reform that we are in the process of doing that. This reform, I'm sure most of you will love this. We will reform, we redirect, refocus the responsibility of gun control to be a food safety and consumer protection agency rather than do the same rules as customs. So that's what we're going to do. We do not want to do redundant work. Private sector complain to us that why customs inspect the good, why gun control also inspect the good, what is the value added? Okay? So I request the permission from our Prime Minister, which he agreed, to allow us to do the study, how to change that organization role and responsibility to protect the food, toward food safety. I'm sure most all of us here in this room are very concerned, right? When we eat heavy food today, you're not sure you'll get cancer or not. A lot of chemical in there. They have ramen, coffee, then you have soup from Vietnam, so on and so forth. So many things. So this organization will spend more time on food safety, for consumer protection. With that, we also drafted the law, consumer protection law, competition law, e-commerce law. We need to expand the digital economy of Cambodia. So these 3 laws with the Council of Ministers, hopefully we get it to endorse and send to the National Assembly for adoption. Now, what I talk about the primary message to us to look at the mirror, ourselves in the mirror, take a shower, scrub the dirt, and pure. I also turn this to the private sector of United Way. Private sector need to reform. You need to look at yourself in the mirror. You need to take a bath. You need to take a scrub of yourself too. You cannot do it alone. You do it too. Business as usual it's not good anymore. Business as usual will kill Cambodia when we become the member of EAC. So the private sector must reform, must change, must restructure the way you do business. A while ago, I'm very pleased to hear from Opening Ceremonies that Chamber of Commerce is going through the restructuring of itself. That's very good. You cannot continue to act as though nothing happened. A lot of things can change so fast, so we've got to move very fast in order to compete. I urge you, Chamber of Commerce, to restructure, to make yourself stronger, not on the national level, but also at the local level. You need to be inclusive. You cannot exclude the Young Entrepreneur Association. You cannot exclude the Cambodian Women Entrepreneur Association. Add the young people in there. Today, the limit that you must be 30 years old and older in order to be a member of Chamber of Commerce, even in the province. No, lower the age to 20, 25. Lower them. There's so many good young entrepreneurs today. So include them. Include them in the Chamber of Commerce. So I asked H.E. to look into that, to request the Prime Minister to change, to modify the sub-decree, to lower the age of the membership of CCC. So, I hope you don't mind with that. Get all the young entrepreneurs to be part of the CCC. It's important. We need a CCC. A while ago, we talked about EAC. I just came back yesterday from the ASEAN Economic Community meeting. We are moving ahead to implement most of the blueprint of the EAC. Today, average, we implement around 87% now for the whole ASEAN, but the remaining 13% is all the top part. But out of that, we agree that 95 items must be implemented by the end of the year, and that's a very critical element of the successful of EAC. One of them is the non-tariff barrier and non-tariff measure. In Cambodia, we are a small open economy. We do not have NTB. We do not have non-tariff barrier. We do have some non-tariff measure. There's two different. Non-tariff measure is things that you can keep in a country in accordance to WTO in order for us to somewhat protect our people. Example, SBS. You see, SBS, we need to have that. But NTB, zero, we don't have that. To clear or to eliminate NTM, the Prime Minister, the Cabinet of Cambodia established the Non-Tariff Measure Committee on the 19th of September of last year, chaired by Agency Open Murat, with a co-chair come from the Minister of Commerce and the Line Ministry. To eliminate that, or to lower, to reduce that to the maximum, in order for EAC to be really effective. AEC is nothing more than the 10 countries get together and decide to have a free flow of goods, free flow of services, freer flow of capital, freer of investment. But for Cambodia, we want free flow of goods, free flow of services, free flow of capital, free flow of investment. But in other countries, they use the freer because it's still restricted. So the area. For example, ownership. Today, our law does not restrict the ownership of a foreign investor. You can own 100%. You're ready to do a joint venture, you can do 100% of every sector. But in other countries, no. They protect certain industry for their own local companies. So that's why they use with free investment, free capital. Free flow of skilled labor. So the engineer from Cambodia, architect from Cambodia, doctor from Cambodia can go to work in ASEAN countries, vice versa. So that's what the EAC. It will happen on the 31st of this year, but it's not the end of EAC. It's just beginning. It's just beginning of EAC. We are already drafting right now. We are working on a post-EAC 2015. We have EAC by 2025. I think so. Our leaders, our strong leaders, work on the document today, and we will submit to our prime ministers so they can discuss with his counterpart on the plan for the next 10 years. Now, I'd like to share this with you so that maybe it's something for you to think about it. We discussed in Malaysia what they call the lab, where they invite, there's a plan only, so for you to consider. The plan is to invite 10 companies from each ASEAN country, 3 big ones, 4 medium ones, and 3 small ones. 10 companies will go to meet in one country, one location. So we will have 100 companies, okay, in that room for 6 weeks. You're not going to do anything. You stay there for a few days in that country, then you go to another ASEAN country, you keep on going for the whole 10 ASEAN countries to find ways to discuss, if you want to expand, say you want to go to Malaysia, you don't know how to expand there. You have a problem that lab with government official in Malaysia sit there to answer all the questions. So this, what we discussed, I'm not sure we can do that because it's very expensive. The big company, we had to pay $115,000 for 6 weeks. The medium size had to pay $73,000. So we will come back to you on this one, but it's important for you to go out there, networking with all the ASEAN, this 10 selected from each country. So this is your preliminary information. We will talk to you some more on this one. ASEAN, Regional Economic Community Partnership. We will push to complete this ASEAN by the end of this year. The Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership is the free trade agreement between ASEAN and China, Korea, Japan, India, Australia, New Zealand. This FTA covers 48% of the world population. Has over $21 trillion combined GDP. It's probably the largest FTA, and that will help Cambodia also not only sell our product in ASEAN, but to sell our product to the ASEAN plus 6. So that we're pushing today, we finalize it by the end of the year. It's not easy, it's very difficult, they still protect their old turf, but I think the leaders agree that when this comes into force, 65% of tariff line should be zero. And then additional 15% will be zero within 10 years. That's the original plan. So that's the information I want to share with you. Right now it's important for the private sector to work closely with the government of Cambodia to exchange ideas. Let us know what's in your mind. How do you see it? How can we work together? How can we improve better to serve you? Our role, the government role, is the facilitator. We are not the manager of the private sector. We are here to help you, to support you. That's our role. But you need to commit also to do that. Now, I normally end my talk when I do the forum, seminar, with a quote of a late famous President of the United States of America, John F. Kennedy. I love the quote, what he said during the inaugural speech that he did. He said, and I quote, "Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country." I change this to, ask not what Cambodia can do for you. Ask what you can do for Cambodia. We are living on the islands of wealth, surrounded by sea of poverty today. So it's our responsibility to work together to enlarge the islands of wealth. It's our responsibility to work together to shrink the sea of poverty for the benefit of all Cambodians and mankind. Together, I'm sure we can do it. As long as we have commitment, determination, with the support from the Cambodian government, the private sector, we can enlarge the island of wealth. We can shrink the sea of poverty. And that's what we want this session to come out with. I want to come up with a good recommendation how the Cambodian government and private sector work together to enlarge the island of wealth and to shrink the sea of poverty. So with that, as you see, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you the best of the revision this afternoon or day. I urge you to once again to please talk frankly, honestly, all good ideas put on the table, submit to us for the consideration. I would like to thank the moderator, the speaker, the panelists for their time today, and look forward to hear from you your recommendation after the end session. So let me announce the official openings of the conference, and I wish you all the success. Thank you very much.